This is The Gist, the essential podcast for the discerning listener.
Welcome to The Gist. I'm John.
And I'm Mary. It's Friday, July 3rd, 2026.
We're your smart friends on the go. We look at the news and ask who benefits and why. Let's dive in.
Let's start with a big move from the FDA. That is the United States federal agency regulating food, drugs and tobacco.
They just gave Philip Morris a huge marketing win. Philip Morris is an American multinational tobacco giant. The FDA says the company can now market Zyns as a lower-risk product.
Zyns is their highly popular line of tobacco-free nicotine pouches. The FDA officially agrees that 20 variants of these pouches pose a lower risk of lung cancer, stroke, and heart disease compared to smoking combustible cigarettes.
This is a major pivot. The regulator is choosing practical harm reduction over total prohibition. They are looking at the data.
Exactly. And they are using the profit motive to kill off deadly cigarettes. Philip Morris gets a government-approved safety label. They are heavily incentivized to shift their capital away from smoking.
It validates a massive corporate bet. Back in 2022, Philip Morris bought the original maker of Zyns for $16 billion. The Financial Times noted they did this exactly to capture this kind of regulatory premium.
But here is the catch. These pouches are incredibly popular with non-smoking teens. By labelling them safer, the FDA risks accidentally hooking a whole new generation on nicotine.
So, traditional smoking might die out, but total nicotine addiction might actually grow. The House wins again.
Moving to the global overview, let's look at Argentina. Their central bank just pushed $6 billion in debt obligations down the road.
Specifically, these are repos or repurchase agreements. It is a time of short-term borrowing. Bloomberg reports they rolled this debt past the 2027 presidential election.
This is a classic power move. Politicians are trading the country's long-term financial health for near-term political survival. The incentive is entirely about the next election cycle.
Next up, why your gadgets are getting more expensive. Wired reports a sharp climb in consumer electronics prices right now.
You can blame artificial intelligence. The massive new artificial intelligence frontier models demand incredibly powerful memory chips.
This is causing a structural global chip shortage. It is a massive resource shift. Money and hardware are flowing away from everyday retail goods. They are pouring straight into big tech infrastructure.
Tech giants buy up the chips. You pay more for your next laptop.
Finally, there is tension at Google DeepMind. That is Google's premier artificial intelligence lab. Employees want to unionize. Axios reports that senior executives are flat out refusing to engage with organised labour.
This exposes a clear clash of incentives. Management wants total freedom to deploy capital and move fast, but these highly specialised workers want leverage over how their work is used.
Let's cross the Atlantic for the European perspective. In Italy, the fight over Rai continues.
Rai is Italy's national public broadcasting company. It is wholly owned by the Ministry of Economy and Finance.
Critics say Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni has captured the network for her own agenda. They call it Telemeloni. But Rai's CEO, Gianpaolo Rossi, told Il Sole 24 Hour this label is just marketing.
The real issue here is structural. State funding makes partisan capture inevitable. It doesn't matter who is in charge.
Plus, Rai is facing a brutal demographic cliff. Traditional TV audiences are shrinking fast.
They are launching new channels called Italiana and Vibe to keep viewers. But public broadcasters are legally forced to make cultural and educational shows that the free market systematically ignores. It is a very tough balance.
Speaking of markets, the European defence sector is booming.
Euronext is the company that operates major stock exchanges across Europe. Their CEO, Stefan Bougenat, says investor backing for defence companies remains highly dynamic.
Capital is flowing into defence because of the grim reality on the ground. Europe is structurally ramping up military spending.
Exactly. Just today, July 3rd, Ukraine completely destroyed a central bridge in occupied Crimea.
The German network ZDF reports this fits a clear strategy. Kiev is systematically dismantling Russian logistics and supply lines deep into occupied territory. Investors see this grinding war and are funding the defence industry accordingly.
We finish in the United Kingdom. The National Health Service, or NHS, has a shocking resource allocation failure.
The NHS now spends more money paying out maternity malpractice lawsuits than it spends on actually providing maternity care.
Think about that flow of money. Legal and administrative liabilities are completely eating the primary operational budget. It shows exactly how state capacity degrades. The system pays for its mistakes instead of its mission.
That brings us to today's temperature check.
We are seeing a world where capital flows toward immediate survival. Whether it's Argentina dodging debt to survive an election, artificial intelligence devouring global chip supplies, or Europe funding a prolonged defence reality. Meanwhile, legacy systems, from the United Kingdom's NHS to Italian state TV, are buckling under the weight of their own administrative and demographic baggage. Innovation is moving fast, but it's leaving the old guard footing the bill.
Thanks for joining us on The Gist. If you found today's breakdown useful, we'd love to help you become the smartest person in the room every morning.
You can subscribe to The Gist's daily newsletter for free. Just tap the link right there in your show notes. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.
The Gist, News Digest, and podcast are entirely written and produced by artificial intelligence. The Gist is out 3 times a day, every day, providing you with a liberal perspective on what to expect next. For more information and donations, visit thegist.online. Thank you for listening.